All right, fellas. All right. How do you like the games today?
I'm really confident in my games, but there's not a lot of good games today.
We didn't do too bad on the results yesterday. The
No, it was a good
Twitter.
day. I like how you said it was like all against the Sharps yesterday,
It
all the
really
picks.
was.
And I was like, oh my God, I was nervous at first, but I'm like, you know what?
I've
I
got
know
this.
it's gonna.
I've got this.
I got.
No, I literally looked and I was like, because I was looking at games right as you sent that, and I was looking and literally you sent that, and those were all the games that I was like, ooh, I kind of like that, but all the sharps are against them. I was like, oh god.
It did scare me
I
at
was I
first.
was waiting to go 0 for yesterday for sure.
Yeah, that the last game was the one that put me over.
That was
Like
a
amazing,
ridiculous finish.
dude. That was insane. I have a lot of stats in that game, by the way. When
Do
we
you?
get into, but yeah, what should we get in first?
Let's go Gonzaga because that was a crazy finish to that game. That was ridiculous.
It
They were
was
up
crazy.
18 with 2:38 left, right?
So I'm like, all right, all we got to do is just hold on, holding on for dear life, right? And then, yeah, they hit a three, and then Gonzaga goes down, misses. They go down, hit a bucket, and it's now 10 points. And I'm like, okay, here we go. They fouled like three times in the last like 15 seconds. We made all of our free throws, and we get the cover. BYU misses at the end of the game. But
That
the crazy thing about this game was that BYU beat them in like every stat. They out rebounded them. They had more assists. They shot better. And the crazy thing is, Gonzaga still wins by 11. That's the crazy thing about this team.
Dude, you know what I said yesterday too? I was like, everyone's like, "Ooh, I don't trust Gonzaga. Like they aren't that good." And I was like, honestly, the fact that Gonzaga's playing a team that's like organized and decent makes me love betting the cover on them. I was like, they've done is played these weird ass like no name teams that has nothing to do with anything, and they finally play a team that has some relevancy. I was like, they're gonna kill them. They're gonna absolutely crush them, and they
I know,
were
and it
up
was a great
until.
game. Kispert, Suggs, they're gonna go high in the draft, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, they're very good scorers, and that's what the league needs.
This is true. Oh, what other great games were there yesterday? Oh, my Coppen State call. Coppen State,
Yeah,
Copenhagen State
Copenhagen.
against Norfolk. That was a great
That's
call,
a
by the way,
good,
because
good
Coppen's
one.
like 5-11, and Norfolk's like 10-6, and they
Wow.
absolutely slaughtered them. They beat them by like 20 in the first
How did
half.
you call that?
I don't
That's
know,
crazy.
but they beat them by 20 in the first half, and I was happy.
That's insane.
It's because I'm a genius. You know my D3 schools I don't miss.
Gophers got back on track, baby. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, what were they up by at half? Like 15? I mean,
Up by
they
15
almost
at
blew
the
it at the
break.
end, but it's fine.
Yeah, I knew they were going to get back on track at home against a bad team. I think they're going to come back a little bit. They have like an easy schedule. I think they'll get back up, maybe be ranked by the end of the season. But oh, dude, Ohio State is coming out of
I know.
nowhere.
They're officially what
They
top?
beat Iowa.
They're
Oh my gosh.
they're borderline top 5 team now. I think they got to
I
be.
have them up there. Yeah, we got a new top 10 for
We
sure
definitely
today.
have a new top 10 today.
We definitely do because I was not impressed.
No,
God, dude,
dude,
it's
Iowa
really
is
good.
just there's just not enough around Luca. There's
You
really
know,
not.
that's the thing is they thought that all their players were that Luca talent, right?
Yeah,
But they're
found
starting to
out
show that if
quickly.
they play a good team that actually can play some defense, it could stop them a little bit. They I don't know. They just can't get stops, and
They can't get
they're
stops,
not
and
shooting effect. Yeah,
if Luca's not hitting like a fadeaway mid jumper, there's like a 70% chance they're not scoring on that possession. Like that's like one of the only ways they can score is feed it down to him. I hope
yeah.
they
If
get
they
an
can't
open
go down
perimeter
on the
shot.
block, if
Yeah,
they can't go down on the block with Luca, it's not going to be a good game for them.
and they just sit there and hope for an open perimeter shot, and then Bohannon just chucks up 7 threes a game and misses all of them. I hate
Happens
that guy.
every
I
game.
hate
I
that
know
guy
you
so
do.
much.
I know you do.
He's so annoying.
I think Frederick's the only one that like actually shoots decent like shots every game, but
Yeah,
the other and Weiss count all right. But dude, Bohannon is
he's so
he's lost
bad.
out.
So bad. I don't like him at all.
Yeah, dude, I told you that Dwayne Washington was good. I said if Ohio State was gonna beat Iowa and gonna beat all these teams, Dwayne Washington's gonna play good, and he has been playing good. The dude's a stud. Yeah, he's a fucking stud. Oh, also, there's some news around the college basketball.
Ooh.
Remember I talked about Texas, right? And their coach, they've
Oh,
been
is he
playing
back?
bad. He is back tonight.
Oh, they've got like a
And
14-point cover tonight against Kansas State, right?
I know that's the tricky part is Kansas State actually can cover at home, but I think Texas gets back tonight, dude. They
Really?
are coming back. Yes, they're gonna get back to their old ways. They're gonna be back to a top 10, top 5 team. They're too good to be doing this.
By the way, I told you that Kansas and Oklahoma State both suck.
No, Oklahoma State does not
They
suck.
both suck.
I
They're
don't know
both
what
not
happened.
good. They're both
I
not
don't
top
know what
25 teams.
happened.
They're both not top 25 teams.
I think they're right. They're borderline. Like they're like 26 and 20.
Kansas should not be a
But
top 25
damn,
team.
Cade needs some help. Some help. He scored what? He got to drop 26 last night. Everybody around him just sucked.
I mean,
He was 4 for 8 for threes. Everybody else was like 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 1 for 5, 0 for 4. So yeah, he was the only one doing anything.
I do think OK State's actually better than Kansas. Like I really do.
Oh, I do.
I think if they're
Kansas
clicking
just had
and
a
Kansas
really
clicking,
good game.
dude, Kansas has not beaten a good team. I looked yesterday, and any good team they've played, they haven't covered, they've gotten killed by. Like
Yep.
every good team they play against, they're either like +2.5 or -1, and every single time they lose by 10 or 7 or 8 or something. Like they're not good. They're not, and they kick the shit out of Kansas State, and then like kick the shit out of these bad teams, and then go and play good teams and get rocked.
Yeah, sounds a lot like
Half the teams right now.
half the team. Dude, Duke plays today, and they're so bad. They're playing at 4:30 now. Like a 4:30 game. They usually are prime time, 8 o'clock.
That actually is
Like,
really funny. I didn't even realize that
It's
Duke's playing
really stupid. Gosh,
against Notre Dame too. Like a Notre Dame
know.
Duke game's just going off at 4:30 because no one cares on a Tuesday.
It's really sad, man.
I have Notre Dame. I'll probably cover that, by the way.
Yeah, look. They're gonna
Oh, whoa! On the day you guys play Duke,
I know.
what's
We
going on over
both
there?
know Duke's not covering. It's a cover.
Wait, am I sensing an official bandwagon from?
Yeah, the
Hating on
7-10
Duke?
Notre Dame. It's my
this-
team, baby.
Does this mean that you've always been a bandwagon for Duke since this is like their first bad season and you're like wearing?
No, I
opponent's
still
colors?
like Duke, but
You sure?
I'm betting. I do. Of course, I love Duke. I'm just betting against them every time because they can't cover the fucking spread. All
Are you
right,
sure?
but all right, Shaka. All right, college basketball news. Shaka Smart, ex-coach, is back. Gonzaga gets outplayed. They still beat him by 11. Iowa is melting down. We don't know what they're gonna do.
Is melting.
We don't know what's gonna happen with them. They could either come back to their original top 3 self or whatever their preseason rank was. Some teams that are on the rise right now. Ohio State, obviously.
Yep.
Illinois is playing a lot better. They
Lot
jumped
better.
up to what, 6? Yeah, they're
That's
6 in the
6
rank. Yeah, they jumped up.
Jeez.
Missouri's playing a lot better. Texas Tech is playing good. And USC is a team we haven't talked about that much, but they have a top 2 guy, Evan Mobley, their center. And he's going to be fucking amazing, dude. He's averaging like a double-double in college. The only other person that's doing that is like Luka.
Damn.
Averaging 30. But this guy's a freshman. But Luka's a senior, so he's obviously going to have like less stats and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm
Damn.
telling you, he's going to be really fucking good. So they make it to the tournament. They will.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch.
Dude, I love that USC Stanford matchup all the time too. I swear USC destroys Stanford anytime they play them.
Oh,
Anytime
they
I see it,
destroy
I'm
that
like, yup,
conference.
absolutely 100% going for USC.
Like USC got upset by Oregon State. I was at Oregon State. They usually get upset like once or twice a year,
Mhm.
and that's it. They're
There's-
going to dominate this conference the rest of the way.
There's 2 games that I bet on no matter what. USC versus Stanford and Utah versus Arizona. Arizona can't beat Utah.
Dude, it's
It's like
the
actually
first half bet that one time.
they can't beat them. They can't.
Oh, Utah is just very good at home in their conference, which is
It's
really
true.
weird.
And for some reason, they're even better against Arizona. I swear I have not seen Arizona beat Utah or Utah State for that matter in like years.
This year, I love this year though. I love that we have two number one teams because there's usually just one like solid team that's number one, but we got Gonzaga and Baylor.
This is
And I
true.
hope to God they're not on the same side of the fucking bracket so we
There's
can get their matchup in the championship.
there's no way they'll put them on the same side of the bracket.
I really hope not, dude. Like, I just ruin everything because I know they're making it. And like, unless some crazy shit happens where they get upset by the A seed.
The best part about this too is like Gonzaga clearly came off as like the year's favorite, with Baylor closely number 2. And like as we're getting closer to tournament time, it's like, ooh, I think Baylor might be
I
the
don't know.
top
That's
team.
why
Like
right now for me, it's like it's so split. I'm just choosing Baylor just because of the defense.
I agree. And Gonzaga does not look that great on the road.
They're not
They struggle on the road a little
amazing,
bit.
but I mean that last game was pretty impressive.
I mean, yeah, that was very impressive.
All right, I think that's it for yesterday.
So today, I finally had a little downgrade on the NBA, 1-3, but we came right back in NHL last night.
Literally, that's what I love about like your picks, especially is like, oh, we like have one bad day, then the rest will.
Yeah, I know. Like,
3-1, 4-0, 4-0.
For some reason, I tend to be like good, and then like 1 or 2 days a week, I just can't hit a fucking thing across every sport.
It's
like,
just it's expected.
college basketball,
It's the
NHL, and
shit.
NBA. I just get absolutely torched on.
You just get
It's just so bad. I saw the results in college basketball is so funny. It's like 4-2, 4-2, 5-3, 4-2, 4-2.
You know what? And that's the sucky part. And then we'll be like, all right, what's your guys' favorite? And I'm like, I honestly don't know. They're all equal. And then I choose it and it's always wrong.
Yep.
And I'm like, man.
Yeah, you might be the worst 2-unit better of all time.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
Quite
one
possibly.
or max. Or all. It's either all 1 unit or all max. I'm not kidding.
Like seriously, we probably should up our units to like 2 or 3 for every play, considering we're making a fuckload of money.
But... No, I was thinking about that, but I'm like, yeah. This honestly might be the day for it though, because all these picks right now,
Well, this is that makes me want to be the day that we just take off. That you're so confident in them. Like, hey, we're not picking today. Actually,
yeah,
we actually like everything today, and this never happens, so we're not picking.
I'm super confident in all the picks, so we have no picks. It's
all
gonna
right.
be.
What do you got for college basketball, dude? That Michigan State and Penn State matchup has caught my eyes so many times, and I can't believe they only gave it a 3-point spread. I don't know where to put the 3 points, but I can't believe they only made it 3 points.
The thing is, okay, we can get into that game a little bit. Aaron Henry has played a little bit better. I mean, they're keeping it close with all these teams. I guess they got killed by Ohio State, but dude, Penn State. I love Penn State. I love them. They're covering a lot of games.
Dude,
right
I
now.
told you they're not good at defense, but that they're one of those defenses that do not go away.
Yeah, so they're 4-1 the last 5 against the spread, and the last game they played 2 games in a row against Wisconsin, so it basically doesn't count. I don't like counting those games.
Yeah,
I like this Penn State team, bro.
I like
it. And Michigan State's just not good. I mean, they're playing a little bit better, but it's what they were playing like before was not good.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I think it's interesting too, because like when you watch Penn State, they are so much better than when you like just look at their score. Like looking at their score or their stats or anything like that, I'd be like, dude, Penn State's awful. I'd be betting against them all the time. But watching Penn State, you're like, dude, this team is very capable. They just have no shooters and no like big time players.
Like
they work their ass off.
Don't get me wrong, I love stats. I love bringing stats and everything, but you got to take an eye test account.
I agree.
And they play hard as shit. I forgot what his name was. I think Myrie Jones, something Jones. He's fucking phenomenal.
Who's that? Who's their
very good on defense?
Who's their bigger white guy? The Ramallah? I forget what his name is. He's a guy who's like always like diving for everything and like just
I love
the guy who's sprinting back at full speed even though he's 30 feet behind the ball. Like,
dude, That's what it takes to win.
It really does. And like
And
those
like Michigan
teams,
State, they might be thinking that they're out of it now, right? They're
yeah.
9-7. I mean, they're not out completely out of it, but they might be like, oh, it's just conference play until the tournament, so we don't have to try that hard. Penn State's like, I'm gonna fucking get this
Yeah.
game. I'm gonna steal this game. I don't care.
And that's the thing is like Penn State might not win games because they're just not good enough, but they're going to cover. Like they don't go away. They will not go away. And that's
I
one of
like
those
it.
teams where if they make it in the tournament, if they somehow squeeze into that tournament, like they're gonna be a force to be reckoned with because those guys
know,
playing
it's
at
kinda
high
like,
energy, like eventually shots are gonna drop.
The best comparison I can make this team is South Carolina, when Duke was like 1 seed, I want to say, 3 years ago. South Carolina had, oh my God, I'm not gonna forget his name. I forgot.
Don't forget it.
But yeah, I know they had this forward that he made a bunch of shots. Everybody else on the team hustled. They played super good defense, and then they won like 4 games in the tournament, made it to the Elite Eight. And that's what like I can compare this team to. It's basically just hustle, and they have one star guy who can make a good shot.
Yeah.
But I can compare that team to, and I kind of like Penn State tonight too. So
I do like Penn State. I think that Penn State. I mean, Michigan State's so bad too.
I know. All right. Well, we talked about that game enough. Let's just go to like one of the early ones. We can talk about Duke and Notre Dame. So, Duke, they had one fluke game where they killed Clemson. Everyone thought they were back, and now they're back to their old ways, losing. They lost to Miami. They just lost to North Carolina at home. Like it's done. I think Duke's done, but
You
they
think
still
Duke's
have
done?
Coach K. They still have this. That's the stupidest thing. They have Coach K, and they have so much talent. They have Matthew Hurt. They have Jalen Johnson, who could be a top pick. And that's the thing I hate about betting against top talent. But this team has no chemistry, and they all just do one-on-one basketball. And Notre Dame, they play team basketball, and they're gonna keep it close. This team already played. They already played each other. Duke won by 10, but honestly, it should have been within 4 points.
Yeah.
They just pulled away at the end. Notre Dame, they just play really good team basketball, man. I like it being a close game.
Yeah.
And I like them to cover.
What's the spread right now? 6.5.
7.5.
7.5. I feel like you can't bet on Duke this year. Like
Really,
the one game that they like pretty much handily won was Clemson, and Clemson is even in a worse spot than Duke this year. Like,
they are.
they're more of a letdown than Duke is.
Yeah,
Duke is.
They had a couple players injured, and they were on the worst streak like of all time in college basketball. Like being a ranked team with a good defense and then losing by 20 plus points in like 4 straight games.
Yeah.
So it was like a horror. So they caught them at like a perfect time. I don't know. I can't do Duke. And trust me, this is my team. This is my fucking team.
I know.
And I'm telling you,
I know.
bet against.
That's why I'm shocked this year because most times you're like I'm hammering Duke no matter what the game is.
Oh yeah,
you Marty Mush it for sure.
When Zion and RJ Barrett was on the team, I'm like, okay, Peyton, you know Duke's not gonna win this fucking March Madness. Do not put them in to win the whole thing. And what do I do for all my brackets? I put Duke to win. And I'm like, what the fuck? I knew this wasn't gonna happen. Why am I doing this? I just kept telling myself. And it's like
I love when you put Duke in the winner as the winner every year. You know who I'm gonna take this year?
You have been saying Gonzaga, but I don't know if it's switched.
Michigan State again. They're gonna bring me to the promised land one of these years.
That was worse. That's worse than
Duke. Dude, I hate that every year they walk into the tournament as like a 1 or 2, and I'm like, this is the year. This is the one.
This is the one.
Never.
And now that we're not thinking about Duke or Michigan State, now it's the time.
I know, right? Like last year. Oh man, that Duke Michigan State matchup. I was like, yes, this is finally it. I'm finally like Michigan State's gonna beat Duke. It's gonna ruin everyone else's bracket. I was like, it's gonna ruin everyone else's bracket, and then I'm gonna win, and Michigan State's finally gonna win. And what do they do the next game? They fucking lost. I was so mad. I was like, there was literally no like good teams left. It was just Michigan State. And I was like, oh my god.
Oh, I know.
They're gonna win it. They're finally gonna win it. I finally got them.
Who did they lose to? It wasn't Auburn, was it? Or was it Texas Tech?
I think it was Texas Tech.
That was a
No,
weird year.
that was a
The
weird.
not
What a
the
dude.
last year, but last time.
I
Yeah,
think I
2 years.
watched maybe like 5 minutes of that game.
I know it's so weird. Virginia, Auburn, Michigan State, and Texas Tech. Like, what are those best?
It was
No
so
Duke,
bad.
no Kansas, no Kentucky. Oh my god.
Like for a person who likes the underdogs and stuff, it was probably really cool. But
It was all right. Yeah.
But like it was so not entertaining. Did you had tickets too? You're like, what do I do with these tickets? Duke and
I
Michigan
had
Stadium,
so
right?
if Duke, I bought tickets and I'm like, Duke is making it. It's gonna be so fucking sick. And they didn't make it. I sold my tickets right after the game. I'm like, I'm not watching this shit. I'm not watching it. I want to go there and enjoy myself, not fucking get PTSD the entire time.
Man buys Final Four tickets. His team doesn't make it. He's like, fuck this, I'm not going.
No, like in
The
Minneapolis.
first time it's been in
everything's
Minneapolis
perfect.
like ever. He's like, nope, not doing it. Doesn't matter.
Dude, you know that's happened a lot to me. I also bought tickets to the Twins.
Would you
2 years
stop
ago.
pre-buying tickets for?
Bought tickets and then they get swept by the Yankees, or I think
Imagine
it
that.
wasn't the Astros, but yeah, they get swept, and I'm like, can't you just win one game? I'm like, I just want to go to one game. That's just my luck. I gotta stop pre-buying.
Yeah, you got to
tickets,
stop doing that because
pre-betting Duke.
you're the reason that Minnesota teams suck.
I'm learning. It's a learning.
Speaking of Minnesota teams sucking, how the fuck did they cover against the Mavs yesterday?
They did not.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. Oh my god.
Dude, they're down like 20.
I
with,
watched. I was watching the first half. They're down by 20. I turned it off.
They're down by fucking 20, and they come back at the very end to make it like a 7-point game. So they hit the cover by like 2 points. I think it was a 5-point game.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Why would they do that?
They had a fantastic fourth. Did you have Dallas?
They had a fantastic
Dallas?
fourth quarter. Yes, I had Dallas spread. Of course I had Dallas spread. Who doesn't bet against the T-Wolves? And I was so confident too.
Dude,
People are like,
we almost scored 50 points in the fourth quarter. Holy shit.
I hate the T-Wolves with a burning passion. They're the worst.
Oh, trust me, they are bad. Even if we get fucking Cade Cunningham or whatever it's not gonna fucking help.
Can we stop drafting the laziest players?
Oh, I can get into that too. I'm like every single week I see, oh, look at LaMelo Ball, look at dropping triple doubles. Oh, look at 32 points, and I'm like, what's Anthony Edwards doing? What the fuck is he doing right now?
Walking down the court.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're the number one pick. You don't do absolute shit.
It's amazing.
Oh, you're gonna take 20 shots a game and score maybe 18 points. You're fucking shit.
It's amazing that we could like have so much faith in Wiggins and then be like, oh, that didn't work. And then turn around and be like, oh, Wiggins number 2! Hi! Come play for us.
That hurts that you just said that.
Like, seriously, what are we doing?
I wasn't thinking it until you just said that. And now I can definitely see it. The only thing I was like, oh, he's so physical. Like, he's going to use his physical strength. I'm like, when does he ever do that?
He was physical in college. Welcome to twice the size.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, Luka Garza's physical too. You watch him in the NBA right now, he'd get thrashed around.
Oh, yeah, Dallas is actually pretty.
Dallas is a weird team right now.
I thought they were going to be fucking good.
Dude, I'm going to say
they could have won in the playoffs against the Clippers last year. They're going to come back and make it all the way to the conference finals. Yeah.
I'm going to say it until they just consistently prove me wrong. I am betting the Kings spread for the rest of the season.
Dude,
they are so good. So good.
They're playing today? Yes, they are.
They are literally Miami last year.
Dude, they have some ballers. De'Aaron Fox.
I
love De'Aaron Fox.
I literally think it's a repeat of the Heat last year. Like, a team that probably well, I mean, they don't have the talent that the Heat had last year, but a team that probably shouldn't be there. Like, but dude, they love playing together. They play really well together. Like, their chemistry is amazing. If you watch them like move the ball and then play on defense, like they're really really good.
And it's like
even if
Harrison Barnes is playing at an all-time high. Like, not even with the Warriors, he wasn't playing this good.
Well, that's
And
the thing.
then,
Like, he found a team that he wants to, like, yeah, you play for the Warriors, like, I'm sure you're jacked up and ready to go, but, like, you don't feel like you're a pivotal part of that team.
oh yeah,
Like, the Kings, all those players feel like they're, like, have something to prove and, like,
yep.
have something to put in. That's the
And they're
same thing with
all
the Heat
young
last year.
and energetic. It's
Yes.
fun to see, dude.
It's literally
Buddy
the Heat
Hield,
last
like,
year. Like, young, energetic, love playing together, good chemistry. Like, dude, you can't, there's,
they have fundamental guys at every position. Like Buddy Hield knocks down threes.
Yep.
De'Aaron Fox is the fastest motherfucker in the
dude,
league.
he's so good. I love watching him play, too.
Same thing in college, dude. Like you could see potential. Like that's why I'm talking about Evan Mobley. Like you can see the potential. Like
Yeah.
Luka Garza, he's a senior. He's obviously destroying these kids that he's playing against. He's like 22 years old. Evan Mobley's 18, the freshman, and he's already playing NBA talent right now.
Yeah.
He's just fucking insane. That's why I said it. I'm like, you can see potential when you can look at this shit. Like De'Aaron Fox had crazy potential in college, and it's showing now. So.
Yeah. See, I don't think Luka has that much potential in the NBA. I think he'll do well. I think he's like he might be a starter. Just based off like his Dirk fadeaway, like mid range, like that's very effective, and he's gonna perfect it in the NBA and probably be really good at it. But I saw someone say he's a young Jokic, and I was like, no way, like absolutely not. He's not a young Jokic.
Jokic is like probably the best point center you could ever possibly ask for. Like,
yeah,
that guy could do everything, but Garza's
not Jokic. And then I saw
that's
someone
why
else,
he's not getting high in the drafts right now.
Yeah.
Like in the mocks, he's not going high because they know he's older. He's obviously going to be more NBA ready, but like that's almost his potential is cap right there.
Yeah, I agree. Like I don't think he's going to be that much better than what you see him as now. I think he works hard, but I don't think like his potential is that high. I saw a better compare. I saw he's going to be a better Frank Kaminsky. I was like, that's a much better comparison than a young Jokic. It's just a
Frank
better
Kaminsky.
Kaminsky.
Was ass cheeks in the NBA.
I know. He was so good in Wisconsin, though. I hated that man. I hated him so much.
We all did.
He was so good.
Like,
just knocking down threes like crazy, too, at all times. God, I hated that guy.
All right. We should probably get back into the college basketball.
We probably should get back in college basketball.
Okay, Dayton VCU. This is gonna be a good game.
You think so?
We have, yeah, it is. So this Jalen Crutcher, right, on Dayton, amazing player. He's the one that took down St. Louis. I know St. Louis didn't play for a long time. He took down St. Louis when they were ranked by himself. And also VCU has another guy. It's Nishan Highland. They both average around 20 points a game. I think it's just gonna be just a duel. Whoever plays better is gonna win this game. And also the reason I'm leaning towards Dayton is because VCU is horrible on the road.
So bad.
And I'm glad that you agree with me.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that Dayton's really good at home. So
I agree.
It's just like right there, that's the thing. Crutcher's going to play amazing at home. And if he can stop this Highland guy, I know VCU's ranked or in the conference they're better, but I think this is a game Dayton takes it. And I know last time they just beat Dayton by 23, but they were at home, and I think Crutcher had a horrible game. I think he bounces back. He's going to be pissed that he had a bad game. They had a bunch of turnovers that game. They're going to lock it in and play really good basketball. They've been playing good. Beat a lot of good teams in the conference. Our conference is really weird, but
yeah, I agree.
Good teams that come out of it, dude.
There's some conferences that I really like right now, and some conferences that I really do not like right now. Like,
I do like this conference a lot.
Yeah, it's. You want to hear something? You want to hear what team that I'm taking today that you're gonna rub it in my face? I'm taking NC State today.
NC State. No.
Yep.
Not Syracuse. I love.
Don't tell me you love Syracuse. Syracuse is so bad.
No. I don't love them this year, but like every time they make the tournament, you know they're winning.
Yeah, I know, because that stupid trap. No one sees a trap all season, and then Syracuse just throws it in the tournament.
Oh, that's what I love about it.
That's the thing, though. Like in conference, Syracuse is terrible.
Oh, they are.
Because that trap does not work. Like every team's like, oh, we know how to play against this.
We've seen this every year.
But then they get to the tournament and teams lose their mind. They're like, pressure,
Yeah,
full
they can
court.
study it all they want.
Yeah.
Dude, they can study it all they want. But once they get in the game and like feel the pressure, they're
Yeah.
like, it gets to
I
them,
mean,
dude.
dude, when you
That's why
have
I
two
love
guys
that.
like offsetting each other and you have to overhead chuck a ball like across the court
Yep.
on a
And then I
dime,
love when
and
that
you're
third
not
guy
used to
just
doing
comes
that,
in, just
yeah. And
feels
you're
that shit. I love
yeah,
like everything. I love it.
dude, if you're not used to playing that, like you're in trouble. I agree, but dude, yeah, Syracuse is so bad in conference.
In
this year.
conference,
They're
on
so
the
bad.
road, never.
Honestly,
never.
that coach. What? Oh God, what's his name? I just blanked up. He needs to go at this point.
he's like 95.
Dude, he needs to go. Like, I get it. He's had a lot of success, but like, it's time for a change.
Can't like really motivate him when you're like
Yeah.
can barely talk to him.
Probably walks out there in his crutch, like, boys.
you know what to do. That's all he says.
All right, boys,
Okay.
we're gonna play, and once we get down 30, we're gonna throw the trap. Good luck.
Oh my gosh.
Also, JMU, one of the most underrated teams right now. Like underrated, no-name teams right now. I have bet on them consistently almost every single game, and they are so damn good. 9-3 against the spread. Also, Elon's terrible. Like,
ranks, Elon, let's go. I love that team.
In the bottom 329 ranked 329 in points a game, ranked 327 in field goal percentage a game, ranked 319 in 3-point percentage a game. They're so bad.
Oh my gosh.
And JMU's a really good team.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
They did just play them though, and they won by 21, but not too worried about that.
Not too worried about that. They did play. It was a couple days ago though. It's not quite a back-to-back.
Yeah, James. What's the game? I think I bet with them on one of your picks. I think it was Townsend, or no, it was Northeastern. I think.
Oh yeah.
But back-to-back, we got that back. Yeah, I loved it. Okay.
Auburn night.
Auburn
against Vandy. Vandy's at home though.
Yeah, that's it. Auburn had like their good stretch for a little bit.
You think that's done? You think that's like?
I think it's I mean, they lost 2 home games where they definitely should have won.
Yeah.
That really makes me mad.
Like really
I think it's getting to them that they're not like they can't even play in the tournament. So I'm gonna like,
I suppose they don't really like. What is there to really care about?
I know. I mean, it's all that like Sharif Cooper's only playing good because he's gonna get drafted, and everybody else is like, what the fuck am I doing right now?
Do you think Duke does the same thing where they like suspend their postseason? No. You know all those big schools have like violations that could probably put them under, like all of them. Most of the AAC schools in basketball are paying something. Like there's always something going on. Same with SEC. SEC in football.
No, they're getting
SEC
money.
in football. Like it's the same thing. These teams that are like, oh shit, we're having a really bad season. Let's just like LSU, genius. Like let's slap our own wrists before the NCAA shuts our fucking school down because of how much illegal shit we're doing.
Yeah. And like all these players are coming out in like fucking brand new cars.
Oh like, yeah, like
Rolexes, everything.
How is it that the Heisman guys always are wearing fucking $50,000 watches, $20,000 suits? Like they got diamond earrings. They got. I'm like, how in the
always
hell?
I'm doing this for my family. We had horrible childhood growing up. I'm like, you had a bad childhood. I would dream for that outfit. Your whole outfit is worth more than me right now.
RG3 walked up there with like $60,000 on his body, and his whole speech was like, "My mom worked 3 jobs growing up. Like, I barely even saw her. Like, I had to raise my brothers and sisters and all this stuff." I'm like, you're wearing I believe you. Like, hey, good for you for doing that.
There's some truth for every.
But you're also wearing a $60,000 suit talking about this when we all know you should not be making money in any way, shape, or form. Like we all know it.
No, you're not working. Only doing football. Come on.
I just think it's funny whenever you see that kind of stuff, and like
because you know what's happening. You know it.
Because I go to a select school and have a program where select players are in my major. And I can tell you that select players have very nice things with them.
Yeah.
That doesn't quite make sense, dude. Whenever you watch a team, and I noticed it too, and I know someone that tutors like the whole football team. Whenever you watch a team go to a bowl game, and they all come back, half of them have like grills and stuff because they all get bowl game checks. They all get bowl game checks and stuff like that, and they all come back with like grills or like some nice piece of like something. Always something.
I'd be like, where'd you get that?
Hey, where'd that $1,000 come from just randomly, huh?
Let me see that.
No, it's very, very interesting. Like at this point though, like who cares? Like
it
NCAA
really doesn't
needs
matter
to
because they
fuck
do
off.
deserve it. They do deserve to get paid.
Yeah,
like,
dude. What was it? I saw a stat on how much money like Trevor Lawrence has brought to the NCAA, or like how much he'd be worth. Dude, he probably could have made more money in college than he would in pros. And that goes for like a lot of a lot of the big name players in college, like a Zion, a Trevor, a Baker, a Johnny. Like all those guys could have made multi-million-dollar, like tens of $1,000,000 in college.
Yeah, that's the tricky part.
Absurd.
Then do they waste all of it or like before the NFL? You know, like it kind of incentivizes that hard work and shit before the NFL.
Yeah.
Like get there and shit. But they do deserve at least a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I want someone to come in and be like, play 4 years of college, just live the college dream, and then retire after that. Be like, I made $30 million during college because I played. Yeah, exactly. If Tebow just played freshman and senior year, got paid for all of it. Like how big his face was and everything like that. Dude, he could have retired at the end of college and been like, I'm good.
I know.
Same with Johnny.
Honestly, he should have, because he would have been like, he's still the best college player of all time, but it just sucks that he just didn't perform in the NFL. Even though he won games. He has a winning record, and he didn't get any chances at it.
No.
Oh, it sucks.
What else we got for college basketball? Ooh, TCU tonight.
Penn State. TCU.
I like
yes.
TCU. Was a team that I thought was pretty bad in the beginning, but I think has kind of figured it out since.
Iowa State, they only cover at home. They're one of the worst teams on the road for sure. And dude, TCU, yeah, they were playing really well. They beat Oklahoma State. Who else did they beat? They just beat Oklahoma State. I mean, they beat them twice. They had a little streak where they beat some other teams, Texas A&M. They won 5 in a row, but they're only getting 6 points right now.
Exactly, that's my thing. I was like, dude, yeah, it should have been like 9, right?
I would really like that.
Because, dude, Iowa State's really bad.
I might add them right now, actually. I fucking love that one.
I've been watching that conference a lot, too.
Yeah, it's a fun conference to watch because
all the Big 12 is really interesting. Because also, too, like, you have an Iowa State who plays at home, and they might win the game. Like,
yes, sir.
What do you think about West Virginia and Texas Tech?
That's the game I wanted to get into. Okay. So, West Virginia, they beat them last time. It was a back-and-forth game the entire time. West Virginia was at home. But Texas Tech should have won that game. Now, Texas Tech, I think they're getting a little bit too much points. What's your spread at right now? Because mine's 5.5.
I got 5.5 as well.
That's what scares me. I think Texas Tech, since they should have won the last game, I think they're going to come out super strong in the first half.
Yeah.
Again, at home. They always do this at home. They come out strong, and then in the second half, they let the team in a little bit, and then they'll maybe pull away at the end or not. I do like a first half cover for Texas Tech, though. I mean, they have the experience of playing this team. They should have beat this team. I don't know. Their defense just was terrible in the second half.
Yeah.
They were going to win. They're going to be up in the first half just like they were in the first game. So they're going to be really fucking pissed. And they've been not playing that well, honestly.
Yeah.
I said they were, but, I mean, they didn't play any good teams. They beat Oklahoma. That's the thing. And they're just going to be mad that they lost to Baylor at home and on the road, West Virginia. They should have won those games. They're going to come back. They're still top 10, which is crazy. And Mac McClung he's been stepping it up. I love that he transferred. To this team. It's a perfect fit for him, dude.
Where'd he come
gets to
from?
run his offense. Georgetown.
That's what I thought. There's a lot of players who came from Georgetown.
Yeah, dude. Ewing's like he's an NBA player, but he's not a coach.
Yeah.
Some NBA players are not coaches.
I agree. I really like the over in that West Virginia Tech game. I think West Virginia has really like efficient but not efficient teams. Like people put up against them. Like Florida put 90 against them. And teams that like handily up 78, 77, 76.
Yeah.
They're just not good defensively. They're one of the few teams that like they're getting scored constantly.
You're gonna like this because I like the under. So it's a perfect part of this game.
God, I am tuning it all of the day.
I knew you were gonna like it. No.
That's
You're good. But the McBride matchups, it'd be really. I'm watching that entire game. Oh, let's see. Oh, Bam bounce back.
Oh no! Remember talking or like this team, blah blah blah, and them.
Yeah, me personally, I just think they had 2 road games against Oklahoma and Missouri. Oklahoma and Missouri, they're not
both
terrible.
Teams, yeah.
They're both top 15, right? Really good matchups. I think the road just got to them. I still think Bama's really, really efficient on offense, and I really like this game because South Carolina is just bad this year. 5-7. What are they against the spread?
5-6 on the record. Wait, no, 5.
It's not good. They're
5-6, 5-7 against the spread.
They beat Georgia, Florida. Florida had lost some players.
I don't like give credit to anyone who beats Georgia just because their defense is so bad. It's like Georgia can't be consistent because they give up too many points.
I don't bet on that team.
Neither do I. I hate that team. And all their under-overs are like 160. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to bet that?
No, I'm taking Bama.
Okay.
I think Bama can bounce back. I know they've been bad on the road, but I think this is the game.
I mean, South Carolina.
They gotta step up.
They're not that bad on the road though. They're 4-2. Like they're not awful.
Yeah, it was just the last 2 games. Like happens every year where good teams are gonna lose on the road. That's just what happens on basketball.
Kentucky over Arkansas. I'll take. I don't think Kentucky's as bad as everyone thinks.
No,
that's the thing. I keep saying that, and I keep betting on them, and they keep covering. They're just one of those teams that kind of like slide underneath the radar. I mean, they're 5-11 against the spread this year, but that doesn't make sense because I'm pretty sure I'm like 3-0 and betting on them.
It's because they started off so bad.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of getting back into it, but they still just can't win.
I mean,
that's
great, yeah.
That's what really scares me in this game. They just can't win. They can cover against some teams. Covered against Missouri, covered against LSU. I don't know.
Still
Tennessee probably.
Like -1 against Arkansas, and they open at +1. Like, come on.
I don't really like Arkansas, but they're 14-5 somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Been doing decent in conference. I think this is a game Kentucky can definitely win.
I also might like the under on this.
142.
Teams that, it just seems like it's one of those games where they're going to get in a struggle match. Like both teams that just kind of like struggle here and there. Like
I do. Oh, you're not going to like it. I do like the under as well. But
fuck.
I'm not betting on this game. I'll tell you that. I do like.
I will fade it.
Brandon, yeah, they have a lot of talent though. Brandon, Boston. I don't even know if they even like want to play. They're 5-12.
Yeah, true. The last one I want to talk about is Bonnie's and LaSalle. Bonnie's at home. LaSalle is horrible. The only thing is they're getting 13. You think Bonnie's cover 13?
13 points. Oof.
I also really like this division or conference, Atlantic 10.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. It's like Drexel, LaSalle, Bonaventure, like all the William and Mary, all these weird.
best team names of all time.
Well,
Yeah, I'm not. Bounce back. They just lost to St. Louis. Bonaventure.
are you done with St. Louis yet?
Yeah, I'm probably off the fucking train.
Thank God.
Florida State and Virginia Tech got postponed. Damn it.
Yeah.
Dude, we haven't seen Florida State play in forever.
I know, and they were doing so good too.
Dude, I keep putting them on my top 10. I need to see some games. Same
Right?
with Michigan, dude. It's pissing me off. And Toledo? Oh my gosh, dude.
Toledo got smoked the other day by Ball State.
No, that was fucking.
Did
Really
they lose by like 19?
Yeah. They lost.
Shit pisses me off.
It was a tied game with like 5 minutes left. And then as soon as I turn on the game, they just did not stop them at all.
You should have known. You should have known.
Yeah. But what are you taking in this LaSalle game? Are you taking Bonaventure?
I want to take Bonaventure.
It's pretty smart.
I mean, 13 is not bad.
Oh man!
I saw LaSalle get cooked by Drexel, so like absolutely cooked by Drexel.
But the only thing is, bodies are basically undefeated at home. So.
Yeah, I know. That's why I like them.
Not a bad pick. Kent State Bowling Green. Kent State just fucked us over.
Yeah, but... Bowling Green is also not that bad.
Oh, they've been bad.
I know.
Though.
I don't think they're that bad.
Really
I don't think they're that bad. I don't know why, but I don't.
They
think
were
they're that bad.
in their conference. I think they were first place for half the season, and now what are they? They are 6-6, right in the middle of the pack. That is so sad.
Yeah.
I really am hoping for a Kent State bounce back, but they did just play super bad at home. No, I think they do bounce back. I like Kent State. Yeah. I'm leaning Kent State right now. Kent State's too good. Their offense is way too good, and Bowling Green's been playing like dog. So yeah, best picks: TCU.
Yep.
Bama.
TCU. You putting Bama as your best pick? One of your best? TCU.
Yeah, one of my best.
Bama.
I think Texas comes back and covers, but it's not my best pick tonight. NC State, Dayton, and then Notre Dame. I'm leaning Texas Tech first half, but I still think West Virginia can cover a full game.
I got the over in that for sure. Okay, NBA. My Kings play tonight, baby. And against the Sixers, the worst covering team in the NBA. I hate the Sixers.
What? Is Joel Embiid playing?
I don't care. Don't care. Doesn't matter.
Fun.
Dude, anytime I bet on the Sixers, they will screw me somehow.
Let's see. All right, we got a late game. Oh, I like that, dude.
Ooh, Detroit, Brooklyn's only getting 229. Oh, yes. Let me pump the over on that.
Oh, and that's over? Yeah, that's done. You see,
it's been a couple games since they haven't hit it. It's gonna be great.
Once they acquired James Harden, they officially have the worst defense in the entire league. And since Houston has gotten rid of James Harden, they are the number one defense. So I just puts you in perspective of how good he is on defense.
I don't understand how you can value a player like that much.
Well, and give up just everything for him.
Like, I get it as, like, a rebuild thing where, like, all right, maybe we're not going for the title this year, but let's get all three of these guys, like, under contract for next year, bring in some players next year because we've got faces. That makes sense. But you can't win a championship with that team.
Not right away. But I think they were better before James Harden got there. 100%.
I agree.
They had a great young core. Karis LeVert going crazy. Jarrett Allen's playing really good at the center position.
That's why it didn't
now
make
you
sense
don't have
when
any centers. God, it really makes me mad, actually, because DeAndre Jordan cannot play over 25 minutes a game.
No.
He can't. He's too old. I love the guy, but if you have him and Jarrett Allen and Karis LeVert, it was looking a lot better with those guys. I'll just say that. Everything was literally their efficiencies were way better on defense, stopping teams, winning games. I mean, they're still winning games, but
Yeah.
uh, is Katie out still?
Um, I don't know. That's a good question. Let me check.
Well, it really doesn't matter. I think you're gonna go.
I can't believe OKC covered last night.
Oh, that game.
I was really adamant last night on. I even told some people, I was like, "What are you thinking?" Like everyone's like, "AD's out." Like, bet OKC cover. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
They're a bad team, but like the Lakers always do this. They play down to like their opponents
yeah,
all the time, squeak out a victory, and it's like just fucking win by 20 for once.
dude,
Like I
they're
don't know
literally
what
the Chiefs of the NBA. Like, beat everyone. Know they're gonna win. Can't cover for shit.
that Super Bowl was shocking, honestly.
I mean,
Like I didn't
that's what
expect
happens
it
when
to
you have
be.
a college O line in there. Like, you
I
can't
get
expect.
that was I just thought it was gonna be
Mm.
super high scoring. Because I'm like, oh man,
I mean, the
I
Bucks did their
know
part.
Brady's gonna score
Yeah,
against this Chiefs team. I know he's gonna be like put up points against fucking Mahomes, show him like I'm the fucking best. Like if you want to take this, come get it. Like let's have a
yeah.
shootout. And then he just doesn't. I don't know what their game plan just like
Dude,
wasn't.
I will say this now. Like, two things from that Super Bowl. One, I told everyone that Andy Reid is not that far ahead of Bruce Arians. I told everyone. He's not.
Bruce Arians, especially with the Cardinals, that dude was amazing.
He's like
Great
Andy Reid,
coach.
great coach. Great coach. I believe it. One, Andy Reid doesn't know how to clock manage still. He's the worst clock managing coach in the history of clock managers. He really is. He's horrible at it. He's
I think
never
they took
figured
a
it out.
timeout in the early third quarter when they were down a couple scores. I'm like, you cannot do that when you're down a couple
Dude, he's
scores.
terrible at it. He's always been terrible at it too. He never knows when to call timeouts. He never knows when to, like, he's just terrible clock management. Two, like, if you can throw Andy Reid off a game plan, I think he doesn't know, like, he doesn't know how to get back to it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's one thing if you can disrupt Patty Mahomes for a quarter and stuff, but like that's about all you could do. Like when he doesn't have an offensive line, like he can't. There's no coach that could have done that.
No quarterback can.
Also, my other part to the Super Bowl, Patty Mahomes would be a good player on any team. He would be an elite quarterback on the Jets, the Broncos, anywhere. He had no offensive line. Dude, by the end of the game, the Bucks were literally just running straight to him. Like seriously, he would hike the ball and just sprint backwards because he knew he had no time.
That was really fucking bad.
And not only that, he was throwing balls parallel to the ground sideways for 30 yards, hitting people in the face mask, watching them drop, like getting spun around by his neck, still lobbing it like 50 yards in the corner of the end zone.
I think that was the most surprising thing because like usually Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, they make all those catches, and they didn't make any catches.
They weren't open
Not
either.
one.
They weren't open. If you look at Patty Mahomes the whole time, he's like standing there. You checks all his progressions on like every snap, and he has nobody ever. And he also only has 0.5 seconds to throw it. I was talking with Potts yesterday. Do you know how many yards Patty Mahomes ran for behind the line of scrimmage?
Wasn't it over 400 or some shit?
497 or like 487 yards. He ran.
I think that's got to be
behind
the most
the line
ever.
of scrimmage. It has to be.
Yeah, I know.
He had more yards than anyone. Like that's so crazy. Not to mention
That's
he did it with turf toe,
terrible.
which like I get adrenaline kicks in and like, but he still did it with fucking turf toe, which is a
not
painful injury.
painful.
A painful injury.
Oh,
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that he was still like living at the end of that game. I said it too. I was like, dude, he has 3 broken bones at minimum right now. I was like, I guarantee he's got a broken finger.
I will say,
foot's
the
got
Bucks had a perfect game plan though.
Oh yeah.
Literally, do not let Tyreek Hill beat you over the top.
Nope.
Kelsey 5 yards every play, whatever.
Yep. Triple cover Travis Kelce up until he hits 20 yards past the line of scrimmage. Do not let Tyreek Hill go deep. No matter what, you just put a safety way deep there. And just contain the outside so Patty Mahomes can't go. Which he still did a couple times, but like it was not anything. It was like the only option he had was just bounce it out to the outside and get a couple yards.
God, that was a pretty bad game to watch, honestly. But
It was.
Bucks
It was impressive, though. It
absolutely
was
destroyed
literally
them.
impressive to watch. I was like, how the hell are they doing this?
Yeah, because no team has ever fucking done it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, back to NBA. I like Golden State tonight on the rebound, the back-to-back. I had the Spurs money line last night and it worked, but I don't think they could do it again.
yeah, you see
On a
how that game
back-to-back?
ended?
Yeah,
So fucking dumb.
Yeah.
What is Draymond doing?
I don't.
He's like, that was the smartest dumb play I've ever done. And I'm like, no, that was just the
Dumbest
play.
dumb play you've ever
Drew it
done.
up with 7 seconds left. Absolutely brick a three. He was a half-court shot, too. And Steph's sitting there like, what are you fucking doing?
If you're Steph in that moment, you look at him and you're like, how long have we been
You're like,
playing together?
Man, I miss KD.
Like, seriously, you watch that ball go up, and he probably watched it brick, and then he just turned around and he's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Dude, Draymond is and Clay was to actually like win that championship by themselves without KD and beat LeBron. Like, because Draymond was not that good.
oh,
I mean, he was
we're going to
very
go
good
that route,
defensively.
huh?
He's very good defensively, but Steph was very good. But then when KD got there, obviously,
Yeah,
team, whatever.
I disagree with you completely. I think Draymond was the whole key to that entire team. It's the only reason
Yuck.
any of them got any space.
We'll never say that because Draymond's disgusting. He's horrible.
And you just don't like Draymond.
Yeah, that's probably it.
See, I think that the Warriors don't win any of those championships if Draymond isn't there. And I will point to his suspension as physical proof that they would not have won it without him.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to say he wasn't good on defense. He was good on defense.
But he caused separation on offense. He's the reason they're so open.
Doubt.
You can't just leave Draymond open in the paint. Like, he's going to kill you. He's good enough.
Yeah, not paint.
Plus, he can shoot. Occasionally.
Not now.
Occasionally. Yeah. Used to when he was winning championships.
I don't like him. All right, what other NBA? Knicks?
No, I'm done with the Knicks
What?
right now. Their defense was so good for a while, and that's the reason I kept picking them. And then
Yeah, the Heat are terrible right now.
The Heat are so. I mean, they have no players.
No, Jimmy's back.
Is he back now?
He is back. Hasn't been playing too hot. And I only say the Knicks because Miami just beat them by the spread what it is yesterday.
Yeah.
A few days.
I don't trust Miami right now. Miami's one of those teams, like I said, like they're only good if they're playing with all the players that care and like are hyped up and like big energy. Like they need their guys back.
Yep, they need if they get their starting rotation from the finals, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They won't have a problem. Yeah, I'd say over Brooklyn, probably Pelicans. I don't know about Pelicans. I don't know about Pelicans. Jazz. Boston does not look good lately. I'm taking advantage of it.
Why? They have everybody back. It's so stupid.
I mean, that's the thing, is like they could easily pop off at any time. But
Jazz really pissed me off. They pissed me off so much because the number one team right now, right? In their conference. Number one team, they're going to get to the fucking playoffs and lose in the first round. So, like, who the fuck cares about them? It's really so. They've probably done that the past 4 to 5 years.
Yeah. No, I'm
He's
just
like Donovan Mitchell, though.
All I know is I'm betting the Kings. That is my 100% go-to. I know I'm betting the Kings. And I know that no matter what their spread is, any game this year, I'm probably going to bet them until they prove to me that they're not going to.
This is the player prop that's going to hit.
Oh.
Okay. And it's hit every single time I bet on it. Oh. Jeremy Grant over.
Ah, yes. I love this dude.
The Nets, they're playing the Nets. He's going to score 30 points.
What's
21 and a half. Gonna score, dude.
Isn't he always over 21 and a half too?
Yeah, I don't know why the lines don't move. He's literally averaging 24. His last couple games have been, let's see this. I'll literally tell you because he's going insane. 32 last game.
Jesus.
Game before that, probably 30. Yeah, 30. Oh my, 32. The game before that. Where is he? Where is he?
Find him.
27. It's hit in the last like 4 games. They're not changing it. It's just easy money at this point, and they play the Nets at home. That's the only player prop I'm giving out because it's gonna hit. So that's it.
Are you
Other
upping
ones?
Can you up your units on it?
Can I? I will.
Put 3.
I know you like that too.
I do. I like this is the one that you keep saying that I'm like I love this dude because
that's the only one.
It's the only one that actually consistently hits, and that is crazy.
It's like it's just the same thing as betting against Duke and against Minnesota on the road.
No, because I'm pretty sure the first time you told me to bet this, it was also over 21.5, and that was like a month ago.
I know, and it's just really stupid how it's not changing, but
which is crazy.
I love it. I'll take it all.
I like that.
Well, Jeremy Grant. Hopefully KD's not on.
Oh.
NHL.
Okay. I got a couple. I need to get some information out to people first because there seems to be a misconception about a lot of teams in the NHL right now. 1, Florida Panthers are not good at all. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. The only reason their record is what it was when they started out 5-0 is because they played Detroit, they played Chicago, and they played Ottawa. Like 3 of the worst fucking teams. Panthers are not good. I think Detroit at plus 170 is very good. They killed them yesterday, which makes me not want to bet on them today. I'm not saying like I necessarily want to bet on them, but people need to get like the Panthers out of their head because they are not that good. Also, people need to get Nashville out of their head because the only reason people think Nashville's good is because they beat the Panthers. I saw so many bets yesterday for Nashville to beat the Lightning, and I'm like, what the fuck are people doing? Like, what are you doing? You have one of the best teams in the NHL, and their regular money line, their regular like no OT money line dropped to plus 100 at one point yesterday. And I was like,
what?
Why? I was like, you see that team with those odds? I don't care who they're playing against. You take it. Like, yeah. So Nashville, not as good as people think, and the only reason people think Nashville's good is because they beat Florida, who also is not good. Also, Dallas, I was definitely wrong about in the beginning of the season. They are not as good as I thought they were. I don't know why. They can't score in the first is their biggest downfall. They are the slowest starting team, and they always get behind. They average like 1.9 goals in the second, but like you can't just bank on coming out in the second every game and hoping that you just go off. Like it doesn't work. You have to be able to score in the first and the third too. And then with that, Chicago, who they play tonight, I thought was like a bottom 5 team in the NHL, and I'm quickly learning that that's not true at all. They've stuck it now to Dallas. They stuck it to the Hurricanes. They stuck it to Columbus, who's a pretty decent team. Like, they might be losing.
Kane keeps playing this fucking good. Like,
yeah, like they're losing. Like they might be losing, but when they lose, it's an OT. Like it's by 1 goal, 2 goal. Like they're not getting blown out.
It is. It literally is.
Yeah. Like, Chicago is not as bad as people think, and Chicago at home is really, really, really impressive. Chicago at home is really good.
Yeah, they beat Carolina. Aren't they good?
Carolina's very good. Carolina is really good on defense. I'm not totally sure. They just look also really good. Okay. Then the other one is against Senators, no matter what. Literally, anyone who's Senator makes so much money. If you do nothing else here, you bet on everything else in nation, you'll make so much money.
Edmonton will be so.
The only team out of oddly eaten come near is Montreal, and Montreal's this really, really weird thing where they can put a fuckload of shots on net, get a crazy amount of scoring chances, and still lose a game. They did it against Calgary. They've done it twice against Edmonton, or they've done it twice against Ottawa. It's just a weird, like, Montreal's a really good team, but can't seem to, like, put them in. Which makes me know that at one point it's going to click and they're going to be unstoppable.
Oh man.
Because I looked at their stuff and I talked with someone else too. The Wild used to do the same thing where they get like 35, 40 shots a game in the playoffs and only get 1 or 2 goals, and it was because we didn't have anyone like sitting in front of the goalie. Like a big, it was always Zach Parise in front of the goalie, right? Who's like scrappy, but he's also
Yeah.
5'9", and like
Yeah,
he's
not blocking.
he's not blocking pucks. Like he's not like in most cases the goalie probably has a direct line of sight on the puck. And if any goalie in the NHL has a direct line of sight on the puck, you're not getting it past him. Like goalies are too fucking good in the NHL. They have to be able to not see that puck. And I looked at the Canadians because I figured that's what was going on too. No, like dude, they have big guys in front of the net, like full on, like trucking people over. The goalies are not seeing shots. Like literally, pucks are just not going in the net, which makes me know like at one point it's gonna turn around and Canadians are gonna start pumping in like 7 a game. I'm just slowly, patiently waiting for it.
You just
I'm
gonna take a
I'm
little.
gonna stand on the sidelines and not bet on them until I see it happen. But they are very good. Other than that, I don't like a lot tonight. Probably Vegas and Anaheim over. Anaheim is the second most efficient scoring team on 5v5 ice time. You want to know
Really?
You want to know who's number one? You will not guess ever. By like a ways too, like the most efficient 5v5 team offensively.
I'm gonna guess. Don't say the Wild. I'm gonna guess St. Louis.
Vancouver.
What?
Yeah, it goes like Vancouver, someone, Anaheim, someone, Toronto. Weird.
Oh,
Weird.
they're not that good, are they?
I know, but like their 5v5 offensive efficiency is that good. Also, Anaheim getting plus 185 tonight against Vegas. That's really crazy odds. Like, Anaheim's not that bad, and Vegas is not that good. I don't think I'd take it just because I do think Vegas wins, but like, those are really good odds for like no reason at all. I love the over. I love the over in this game though. Over 5.5, absolutely. I think there's 8 in this game. I think it's like 5-3, 4-4 with OT. Like there'll be goals.
Well, Vegas is every game of theirs has been fucking
Vegas
crazy.
has so much offense and no defense, and Anaheim is like an efficient team.
Yeah, they could play pretty well against this team. Looks like.
I don't think I want to touch Winnipeg, Calgary tonight. They've played each other. It's the same reason I'm not touching St. Louis and Arizona right now, is because they've just played each other so many times. Like, dude, it's so unpredictable when a team plays each other that many times. It's basically like scrimmaging at that point.
That's what it's gonna be a lot in every sport.
Yeah, you just after a while you
can't. What it's gonna be for. I'm excited for MLB because it's gonna be like this, right? But yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be fun.
It'll be fun. So yeah, I've got Edmonton for sure, Lightning for sure. I don't think I can take Dallas tonight, and I probably got the over in the Anaheim. That Dallas-Chicago game is going to be really good, by the way.
Okay.
Like a really good game. Florida-Detroit, I kind of want to take the over, but I could easily see that going like 4-0, 3-0.
I think Dallas also won that game, by the way.
What'd you say?
Dallas is going to win.
I would think so, but like I said, Chicago's not as bad as people think. And Dallas is also not as good as people think, like at this point. And I even have to tell myself that because I thought Dallas was really good. I thought they were like number 1, number 2.
I thought Chicago was shit.
I did coming into the season, but they've stuck it too, like everyone. I think they're gonna like have to grind this whole season just to make like a okay season out of it. But they can win games. Chicago and Columbus are the 2 teams that I need to like everyone needs to watch for. because they can beat very good teams at any night.
I keep forgetting that the Wild are in the West. It's so weird. I'm like, I'm looking at the stand. I'm like, where the fuck are the Wild compared to them? I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah, and
But
the
yeah.
Wild aren't going to be playing for a while.
Yeah, I know. That's fucking dumb.
The Devils, the Wild, and who? There was a third team that is not going to be playing for a while. Colorado?
Wherever we
Colorado.
played, yeah. We
Yeah.
played Colorado.
Colorado's a really good team, too. I want them to start playing again so I can make some money off of them.
They own us, so.
Oh,
you bet on-
everyone's going to own us. You watch the season. Everyone's going to own us.
You don't think we're going to be. Wild aren't going to be good?
No, we only beat bad teams. We've beaten LA like 4 times this season.
Like,
that's literally the only
new
reason. Actually, speaking of LA tonight, that's an interesting game. San Jose and LA.
LA is like the second worst team in the league. And no, it's Detroit.
I think so.
It's third worst team.
See, the thing about Detroit is like Detroit skates really hard. Like that's why I'm scared of betting against Detroit against like other worse teams because I'm like, Detroit's not like their goalie horrible, their defense horrible, but they still skate really hard and like.
So they play like
if they play like a Montreal team like that just can't score, like they're gonna win the game.
I can see it. I mean, I don't like them at all, but
no.
They play hard like Penn State. They got it.
Yes, sir. No, but if anything, you put max Edmonton to win in regulation. It's probably going to come in at like minus 130 and just max that out and have a great night.
Sounds fucking good, my guy.
I think that's about it.
Oh, we didn't talk about Creighton in college basketball.
Okay.
But I don't think I'll be taking them.
I won't either. They're weird.
Because, yeah, Georgetown, they've been
I don't like
covering
that. I don't like that conference at all right now. I hate that conference.
And that's the thing. Last year, it was so consistent. Like, if you were at home in this conference, you would basically cover or win.
Yeah.
So it was super easy. But now it's like, it's all out of
what's that conference? It's like
crazy.
It's Georgetown, Creighton,
the Big East, yeah.
Providence, Marquette. Like, it's such a weird.
Nova, Creighton, Xavier, T. Paul, UConn, St. John's, Marquette. That middle of the pack is literally the same team.
They're all like the same team.
Like Villanova's the only consistent one, and they still don't cover.
No, I got blown out at St. John's.
All right. Our new top 10 for college basketball is still have Baylor, right?
Baylor's still number 1, I think.
Good. Okay. Gonzaga, obviously. Michigan, we haven't seen them.
I haven't seen them, but I'm still gonna put them there.
I hope when they come back, they'll still be dominant.
Honestly, dude, the top 10 is more about like not even who gets into the top 10; it's who drops out of the top 10.
Yeah.
It's not even like, oh, this team is like borderline top 10. It's no, these teams are not top 10 anymore. Let's bring in the next set of them.
I know.
Until they screw up, and then we can throw them out too.
No, it's bad.
4.
Like, I have Illinois, but Ohio State also can go 4 or Nova.
I don't have Nova there anymore. I don't trust them as much.
I like Illinois or Ohio State. What do you like it for?
If they play each other right now.
They're both fucking hot. They're insanely hot.
I think if Illinois plays at home right now, they win by 2. I think if Ohio State plays at home right now, they win by 6. So I'm going to put Ohio State at 4.
I like it. I was going to say they have a better defense, so they can stay in it on the road. If they're at home against Illinois, they're going to kill them.
Yeah.
Not kill them. We're going to win easily.
So 6, you still have Nova, huh?
Yeah, I do. It's them. It was between them or Texas Tech.
So then 7, Texas Tech.
And then 8 is Houston. That's their defense. Way too.
I hate them now. Got all confident about them, talked my hoorah about them, and then they fucked me.
I know, but that's one. See, they're gonna lose. All these good teams are gonna lose one on the road. It's gonna happen. Then I have Missouri.
Whoa.
Because they're fucking. Oh, it's a different team, but they just have solid players all around. They have a really good bench that can go in and play really solid minutes. And I think they have the most complete team, like out of this like bottom tier top 10. They have the most complete team because Texas Tech is kind of inconsistent. They don't cover that much. Nova, we've seen them; they can struggle at times.
Yeah.
Missouri is in it in every single game they played. I think they've only lost to Tennessee maybe by 10 points one time, and that's it. They're in every game. I know they lost to Auburn. Auburn was hot, but
Auburn was
again,
very hot at that time.
very hot. And I just say Missouri is in every single game they play. Most complete team. They got shooters. They got a huge center who's very physical, gets a lot of boards a game. I think he averages 10. But their point guard is also like 6'8", dude. This guy is huge.
What the fuck is that? When I first saw him play, I was like, why is a power forward bringing the ball up the court like
he's
every
like a Hawaiian point guard, 6'8". He's so fucking sick. I love him.
I remember watching him one time, and I was like, why does he keep bringing? I was like, why do they keep running the system through this dude? I was like, it doesn't make any sense.
And that's the thing. Bigger point guards, LeBron, he's 6'9". LaMelo's super tall. Ben Simmons is super tall. That's what you want in point guards nowadays.
Yeah.
He's really fun to watch and he's really good. But they're at 9 and I still got Florida State at 10 because they haven't played and
so
they're too good. But
so I'm all over the board on 10 because there's Florida State, who's currently ranked 19 because they haven't played.
I still
There's
like
Bama, who's 11.
I still like Texas. I still like West Virginia. But I think
I wouldn't put West Virginia in there. I would.
Yeah, I know you don't like Virginia.
I fucking hate Virginia.
Virginia. How are they 9th right now? How are they 9th?
They should not. They're not good. They shouldn't even be a top 15. They're not that good.
They beat Pittsburgh and NC State by 7 each.
Yeah, that's the thing. They like, how do you go up in the rankings when you're not covering?
I don't fucking get it. Yeah, and then they lose by 14 on the road.
Yeah.
And then they beat Syracuse, who's bad. They beat Georgia Tech by 2. They beat a Clemson team who was awful. They beat Notre Dame finally by 12. Like, what the hell, dude? They're not even that good. I don't know.
10.
They're a weird team.
I'd still think we play FSU at 10. I agree with that.
I do too. I mean,
I think Bama's
Tennessee. I told you about Tennessee. I'm like, I have to wait to see if they like consistently can beat a good team, and then they fucking lose.
Yeah, I was wrong about Tennessee.
Alabama, same thing. Oklahoma. I think Texas, though, they're going to finish in the top 10. They're right. They're probably 11.
You think that coach makes that big of a difference?
You'll see tonight.
I guess. Yeah, it's very true.
Coach is the main part of it, dude. I don't know. They're very talented, but if they play by themselves, we've seen it. They need some guidance.
They definitely need some guidance.
They're so fucking talented, and then they go out there and just can't run a play without the coach. I'm like, what are you, dude? The Loyola made the top 25 finally.
Did they? Good for them.
Over Drake, and that's really stupid, but
don't you start with me. What did I tell you about Drake?
That they're the best team, and they should be top
5.
Hey, you lose one on the road every year. I'm fine with it.
One?
I'm only going to lose one game this entire year. They're winning out.
Dude, they have not played that good since they came back. They have not played that good since they came back.
I know.
They looked good when they left, and then they came back just not the same.
Okay, and then 12, I think USC.
Yeah, you are high on USC.
I mean, really like.
As you probably should be. I think that conference is pretty underrated. I feel like no one's getting a lot of credit in that conference because they all just beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah,
But I think there's some really good teams in there.
Oregon's pretty good. Oregon, Arizona's good if they don't play Utah.
Arizona's okay. But like, isn't that Colorado State one of those guys too?
Yeah, Colorado's good. I mean,
Colorado's good at home.
Some of these teams should be
Colorado's good at home.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Colorado can't play shit on the road.
UCLA is 9-0 at home. Colorado's 8-1 at home.
Colorado State, I think.
Stanford's 4-1, dude. Literally, USC's 10-1. This is the home conference. You're not at home. You're fucking losing.
Well, Colorado State's really good at home too, aren't they?
Colorado. Oh my god. But that's a different conference.
Is it? I'm not in that same one. Damn. All right. That's good to know, though, because I'm just going to bet the home team in that conference from now on.
I think that sums up the
I think
day.
that's about it, yeah.
Betting.
Oh, boy, I'm ready for a big day.
Just consistently winning. I fucking love it.
Just consistently win. That's it.
Getting my money back from the stock market. No big deal.
I haven't checked that in a while.
We're gonna take our losses and move on.
We're just gonna take our losses and move on. Hey, I'm projected to make just over 24,000 this year in sport betting.
That would be fucking
on
phenomenal.
$25 units, by the way.
That would be phenomenal. If I get anywhere near that,
I
probably won't.
I
But
made over
if I get half of that,
I was projected to make over $2,000 in December, but I wasn't playing because I was just getting used to like sending out plays and stuff. And then in January, if I would have taken all my bets, I would have cleared over $2,000, and I made like 1,600 anyways.
Mm-hmm. Just college basketball, I think it would for me.
Oh yeah, you'd be making.
Obviously, it's not all year, but
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be over 5,000.
That's nice. It's a nice little pull in. What?
No,
what are
and
your units?
I upped my units though
So
to
did I.
20.
I was at 10 for a while, and then I was like, I should be doing more unit. Like, when you start winning at a 58% win rate, like consistently day after day, it's really hard not to up your unit. And you're just like, I could be making a lot more money.
I was positive every week, and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna up it like 4 some weeks ago. And then I had my first negative week, and I'm like, really? But I'm like, I can't switch it now.
No. That's the thing. Like, once you up it, you gotta stay with it for at least a while.
No,
like if it starts getting like
bankroll.
yeah, if it starts getting like too much for your bankroll, then like that's one. Like if it fluctuates it way too much, like that's one thing you can bring it back down. But you at least gotta try it with the upward unit. You can't just like one day higher units then lower them again. Like no, you're gonna get killed.
I'm really bad though, cause like go through fucking Bovada in Minnesota. And I have to wait like 3 weeks to get these checked. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. True.
So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm looking at my bank account, I'm like, that's not looking good. I get my check, I'm like, oh, there it is.
There it is. That's the best when I like transfer from the gambling account. Just
See,
to, like,
that's
just
what I
keep my
fucking
bankroll.
want, dude. Just right into my fucking bank. Right into my.
That's nice, dude. I just go on little Fox bet. Whenever I hit like a certain amount, I bring it back down to my bankroll amount, and I'm just like, in 3 days, all of a sudden I look at my bank account, it's like, oh, that's a nice little check.
Hold on.
For just
Why haven't I
being
looked at this?
For just being a genius at sports.
Hold on. Oh. Washington is legal, I think.
Oh, yeah, it is. Definitely is. Dude, Washington legalized like everything. Like
I know. I was just,
Literally
I
everything.
know they legalized everything, but I didn't know they legalized sports betting. So
it's a whole new world once you get like actual sports books. It's so much fun because then you can start playing multiple sports books too. That's the best part. You can pin them up against each other.
Okay, I was really nervous there for a second.
I thought I was gonna
now.
have to move again.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
gonna commute from Oregon.
All right, fellas. That's a pretty good overlay of the day. We got our top 10: Baylor, Gonzaga, Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois, Nova, Texas Tech, Houston, Missouri, FSU. I think it's pretty solid. It's a pretty good power ranking.
Who are you picking to win again? March Madness right now?
Michigan State. No. Who am I picking to win March Madness right now? I'm
Right
picking
Illinois.
No. I'm picking a Big Ten team.
Virginia.
I'm picking a Big Ten team.
I know. I love to pick a Big Ten team. Like I know Baylor, Gonzaga 1 and 2, but literally have Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois right after, and we don't know if Iowa can make a run.
I think it's
love
I think
Big
Gonzaga
Ten
doesn't
team.
make the finals. I think Gonzaga has a problem that is not uncovered yet. I don't know
Everyone
what it
thinks they're
is.
too good right now.
I don't know what it is, but I like every single time I watch them on the road, I am not impressed. Like they're
Oh,
they're the team that like can click on and score 20 points in a matter of 3 minutes. Like they can do that, but they're not a Baylor who shuts down everyone, and they're not a
and
mid.
can also win